There are a whole bunch of virtual town halls these days with everybody social distancing and Skyping into the major television networks, and in between his naps and sniffing people, MSNBC hosted Old Joe. As I'm sure you know, viewers submit their pre-recorded questions, which are then screened and some of them played on air for the guest, but nobody told Old Joe, and he thought that they were just joining the Zoom call and that they could have a conversation.
I want to open it up to our town hall component and get a question from a voter. This first question, Mr. Vice President, is from a voter in California. Let's listen to this.
Okay.
Hi, Vice President Biden. My name is Naveed.
Hi.
I am from San Mateo, California, and thank you so much for allowing me to participate in this town hall with you. I'm right now thinking about that.
Poor Old Joe's the kind of senior citizen who gets scammed by telemarketers calling and feeding Grandpa a line of BS and then saying they need his credit card number to fix the problem. And in another one of his YouTube live streams, he made this incredible statement.
This is not a moment for excuses or deflections or blame game. We're in the middle of a pandemic that had cost us more than 85,000 jobs as of today.
Actually, Joe, I think it's more like 36 million unemployed, but who cares if your figures are off by a measly 35,915,000? CNN has been holding a lot of these virtual town halls lately as well, with Dr. Sanjay Gupta and Dr. Fauci, and now they have a new expert to help educate us about what we should do in the midst of this pandemic.
You know, I was not a very good science student when I was in school, but this is a time, it seems, that the global scientific community is so critically important, and we're really seeing just how important it is to follow science.
Yes, exactly. And I hope that we can see now the scientific community are stepping up, and they are speaking up more than they're done before, because obviously this is a crisis that require the scientific community to speak up.
Well, I sure feel better now that the teenager best known for skipping school the last few years has figured out what we should all be doing. How dare you? Maybe next week they can get on a couple kids who set up a lemonade stand and get their opinion on the PPP, the Payment Protection Program for small businesses set up by the Treasury Department. Meanwhile, the stay-at-home protests continue to spread, and this reporter from News 12 Long Island decided to show up at one and was given an earful about his profession.
You shouldn't be here. You're fake news. You stopped airing the Trump briefings, and you keep airing Cuomo briefings. Go home, you fake news. Go home.
You are fake news. We know about your liberal agenda. We know you want to keep your job. We get it. You're not getting advertiser dollars in right now.
You're not going to answer, so you're just going to go live.
Yes, I am getting a paycheck.
I'm very happy, but other people are not getting paychecks, and they're not getting.
It used to be a good channel at one time. I don't know what happened to you. You're a hack.
There we go.
Poor baby took to Twitter and said that he'll never forget what happened to him that day. Many cities, however, are beginning to loosen or lift the stay-at-home orders, just like those two doctors from Bakersfield suggested, but were censored from YouTube and Facebook for doing so. Jim Acosta and friends finally started wearing masks at the White House press briefings. This one, I think he borrowed from Brian Stelter. Speaking of balls, Anderson Cooper recently admitted that neither him nor his father are man enough to know how to throw one.
Let me tell you, my dad, who my son is named after, he was also not very athletic. And one day I was like, can you show me how to throw a ball? Because I had to do it at school. He had no idea how to do it. He grew up like poor on a farm in Mississippi. So he found a friend of mine's dad who knew all how to do it.
After that, right?
And we went to the park with my friend's dad, and he and I both learned how to throw a ball.
It all makes sense now how Anderson turned out the way that he did. And if you're wondering how on earth he got a son, well, him and his boyfriend bought one. But there is some good news. Google has rolled back some of their diversity and inclusion programs in an attempt to try to appear like they're not so anti-conservative. NBC News reports that since 2018, internal diversity and inclusion training programs have been scaled back or cut entirely. Others in Hollywood are concerned that the coronavirus is slowing down diversity. They're the future of Hollywood diversity, reports the LA Times, but the coronavirus has their careers on hold. I'm not sure who comes up with this kind of stuff. Well, I guess on second thought, I am. Liberalism makes people think weird things, so to help spread the word and support my channel, head on over to my online store, markdice.com, and get yourself a Liberalism Find a Cure t-shirt. If that's not your style, a lot of people love the contains facts and opinions some may find offensive shirt. And now that summer's just around the corner, you may enjoy an I Love Global Warming shirt. All available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.